Hi there, it's Rich. In this video, I'd like to talk about and show you how to hammoik, or at least how to set up a hammock for hammoiking. Now, you might say, setting up a hammock, come on, who doesn't know how to do that? But to be honest, there's a right way and a wrong way and an Oika way. An Oika way really places an emphasis on ecological relationships. And so in Oika, setting up a hammock is a deeply ecological process. And because it puts you in a kind of ecological state of mind when you do it right. And so, I've been here before, and I have spent time just sort of taking in the kind of vibe of each place, and I know that there's a good spot up here. But I wanted to just show you what that means, to really listen and let yourself feel the receptivity of a place, and to listen for the signs. Okay, so this is the spot that I have selected. Actually, it has selected me more than anything else. And so the first thing you should do when you come into a place is, like I said, let it sort of tell you, let it guide you on where to go. And then once you have that sort of permission, you can start looking for trees that are in the right kind of relationship. So now this spot here is really nice, and there's this nice sort of selection of trees, and it's a place where there's a path, and there's the water's edge, and then there's this amazing sort of just landscape of things happening, and birds and fish and tadpoles and frogs and beavers swimming by. So it's an incredibly alive and open place. And I've thought about these spots. For example, I considered these trees over here, but they're not quite right. For one thing, it's perpendicular to a path, and that's not something that you want. And then I thought about these trees over here, but then they're kind of too close to the path. These trees would actually be pretty nice, these two nice white pines. But what I ended up deciding on was coming up the pathways here. Look at this green lushness. Whoa, I can't even explain how cool, both cool and cool, that feels. Anyway, I decided to go with these two over here. Now, one thing you're going to notice is that one of these trees is alive and growing, beautiful red oak, and the other is this tree's old companion, which is really on its way out. But even like as it's dying, I can't explain to you how cool. And just this stuff, it's soft and moist and just interesting. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting too much into it. The point is, these two trees seem like they're in a really nice spot, and that's receptive to me being here, and they're in a right relationship, sort of the history of a relationship here. But so this is the spot that I've decided. So what I'm going to do now is very quickly I will set up the camera so you can, and I'll show you how to set up a hammock for hammocking. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you was just sort of how I set up here to get this show on the road. I like to hammock with a nice pillow, and then I keep my hammock. You'll notice it's not stuffed into a sack or anything like that. It's just put away in a way that I can easily get to. All right. It's nice to also try and keep it off the ground if possible, but if not, that's okay. So I've selected my spot, and it selected me, but one of the things you really need to understand is that when you come into a space like this, you want to treat it with the same sort of thoughtfulness and intention that you would like to receive from it. So if you just come in and clear away the underbrush and snap branches off and hang a rope on a little branch that does damage, that sort of attitude is going to get reflected back. Now, I'm not saying that you can't disturb an area. In fact, some disturbance is actually good. It's really about the intention, because the intention that you project is pretty much the intention that you're going to have to live in while you're in there. So it's the quality of the relationship to the space that's really important. So I'm taking a long time with this because it's critical. If you don't, the amount of energy and the amount of intention and thoughtfulness that you put into it is what you're going to have to live in or get to live in. That's the difference. If you treat it badly, you have to live in it. If you treat it well, you get to live in it. And that's the difference. So what I'm going to do here is there's a lot of different ways to do this, but I'm using straps today. On a different video, I'll show you how to use a rope. But in this case, I'm going to wrap the strap around as many times as it will go. And the reason is because I want to protect the tree. I want to spread out the weight and the compression of the strap. In this case, I'm just using clips, so it's nice and easy. And that's basically it. Again, I've really taken care. And then this is not even a living tree. I mean, there's a lot of life in it, and there's a lot of things going on. But again, it's the intention. So that's that. Okay, so now I've set up that one side. Now I'm going to go over to the living side of the tree. Whoa. Okay. Now, the thing about hammocks, I'll just do the same thing over here. Now, the thing about hammocks for hammoiking is they really kind of need to be a little looser than you'd expect. This is probably a little too tight, but when I put some weight on it, I realized that it's about the right height. So that's going to work. And you'll also see that one side is a little bit shorter than the other. I do that because I like to put my head up in the higher end, and having it a little bit shorter there just sort of gives you that angle that's nice. So then I'm going to grab my pillow. I'm going to grab my water bottle and put that there. So, I mean, there's really not a science to this at this point, but what I usually... Now you also see it's pretty low to the ground. I've learned the hard way that you really shouldn't put it more than like a foot off of the ground, unless you really need to or you really want to for some reason, because if something does happen, at least you've only got a little ways to go. And in this case, it's a little bit weird because there's this hard thing underneath me. You want to be careful of stuff like that. And also, you want to be careful of what they call widowmakers. So really what you want to do is scan the trees up above just to make sure that, nothing's going to fall if the wind blows. And there is a tree right there that could potentially be a problem, but I'll keep an eye on it. So the idea here is I'm going to come in from the low side, just sort of put my weight in nice and slow, let it all settle out. I like to push my pillow into place. Now I'm really only going to be, I'm really only going to be like a couple inches off of the ground here, which is nice. In fact, I'm kind of touching it at the moment. There we go. So there we go. That's about it. It's beautiful here. I've got some amazing little friends to associate with while I'm here. But now it's just a question of changing my mindset to kind of pay attention and listen and start to notice things. So anyway, there's a lot of things we can talk about from now, but I just wanted to give you this quick tutorial on how to set up a hammock for hammoiking. Thanks for watching.